It was just a few days ago that Senator Clinton asserted that she was the strongest candidate when it comes to fiscal responsibility. She says that you have failed in that regard in the tune of some $50 billion worth of new programs that you cannot account for.
What you said wasn't true. We account for every single dollar that we propose. This, I think, is one of the things that's happened during the course of this campaign, that there's a set of assertions made by Senator Clinton as well as her husband that are not factually accurate.
It is sometimes difficult to understand what Senator Obama has said, because as soon as he is confronted on it, he says that's not what he meant. He has said in the last week that he really liked the ideas of the Republicans over the last 10 to 15 years.
What I said is that Ronald Reagan was a transformative political figure because he was able to get Democrats to vote against their economic interests to form a majority to push through their agenda, an agenda that I objected to, because while I was working on those streets, watching those folks see their jobs shipped overseas, you were a corporate lawyer sitting on the board of Walmart. I was fighting these fights. What you said about Iran,
we got a long time to go. You'll have a good opportunity.
We're just getting warmed up. Now, you talked about Ronald Reagan being a transformative political leader. I did not mention his name.
Your husband did.
Well, I'm here. He's not.
Okay, well, I can't tell who I'm running against sometimes.
I was fighting against those ideas when you were practicing law and representing your contributor, Resco, in his slum landlord business in inner city Chicago.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I don't know if you want to get involved in this, Senator Edwards.
Are there 3 people in this debate, not 2? This kind of squabbling, how many children is this going to get health care? How many people are going to get an education from this? How many kids are going to be able to go to college because of this?
In the Illinois State Senate, Senator Obama voted 130 times present. That's not yes, that's not no, that's maybe. Voted present on limiting the rights of victims of sexual abuse. Voted present time and time again.
The bill with respect to privacy for victims of sexual abuse is a bill I had actually sponsored, Hillary. After I had sponsored it and helped get it passed, it turned out that there was a legal provision in it that was problematic and needed to be fixed so that it wouldn't be struck down.
What I didn't hear was an explanation for why over 100 times you voted present instead of yes or no when you had a choice to vote up or down.
I'll be happy to answer it, because in Illinois, oftentimes you'd vote present in order to indicate that you had problems with a bill that otherwise you might be willing to vote for. And oftentimes you'd have a strategy that would help move the thing forward. With respect to universal coverage, every expert that's looked at this has said there is not a single person out there who's going to want health care who will not get it under my plan.
The problem with this argument is you can make exactly the same argument about Social Security. I mean, you think about the analogy. What George Bush says is he wants people to be able to get out of the Social Security system, elect to get out of the Social Security system. Well, that's exactly what this argument is. I believe that there is not a single man, woman, and child in America who's not worthy of health care.
I promised Senator Clinton that she could...
Do you think Bill Clinton was our first black president?
Bill Clinton did have an enormous affinity with the African American community, and still does, and I think that's well earned. You know, I would have to, investigate more, Bill's dancing abilities and some of this other stuff before I accurately judged whether he was in fact a brother.
Senator Clinton,
I'm
weigh
sure
in on
that
that.
can be arranged.